Dear students, greetings for the day. Today we will discuss about history of fashion ancient Egypt. Ancient Egyptian clothing, fashion for men and women, rich or poor, changed very little over the centuries in ancient Egypt. The clothing worn by men and women was made of white linen and adapted to the hot weather of Egypt. Both men and women in Egypt wore tunics. Men wore a tunic like a long t-shirt reached to the knees. Women wore a tunic like a straight ankle-length dress tied at the neck or behind the shoulders. Men who were working outside usually wore short skirts instead of tunics. All clothes were almost always made of linen, which is made from flax. Growing flax was a job for men only. Half-ripe flax stems made the best thread. Flax stems were soaked for several days. The fibers were beaten until soft. The fibers were twisted into strong thread. The weaving was done on a loom. White linen had to be washed a couple of times. They washed it in the river or canal, rinsed. Then it was pounded on a stone. After that it was bleached in the sun. They pressed the linen into grooves on a wooden board to let it dry. Ancient Egyptian clothing, they often went barefoot, but sometimes they wore straw or leather sandals. Rich people wore sandals made of leather. Men had short hair, but not very short, and shaved their beards and mustaches. Women had long hair, down to their shoulders. Both rich men and women wore gold jewelry. Ancient Egyptian clothing, the pharaoh used to wear a cat or nems, striped headcloth, a scepter or staff, which was a symbol of power, a whip made of leather to whip the slaves. Loincloth, a triangular piece of cloth worn by commoners, nobilities and royalties. Slaves were only allowed to wear it after the formation of new kingdom. A skirt which is pleated in front, worn by nobilities and royalties. Till knee level. Till thigh level in the Old Kingdom. 3000 BC to 2000 BC. Ancient Egyptian amulets. The ancient Egyptians used many symbols in their artwork and as part of their jewelry. Jpil, a symbol of strength, associated with Osiris. Ankh, ancient Egyptian hieroglyph for life. scarab beetle often worn for good luck and protection. Ancient Egyptian amulets, tied symbol of protection and magic, also known an Isis knot. Ujat, symbol of protection, often called the Eye of Horus. Urawas, snake worn by pharaohs and royalty to symbolize power. Ancient Egyptian symbols. Cats, known in ancient Egypt as Mo, were considered sacred animals in ancient Egyptian society. Praised for controlling vermin and its ability to kill mice, rats and snakes such as cobras, the domesticated cat became a symbol of grace and poise. Some cats received the same mummification after death as humans. Mummified cats were given in offering to Bast, the cat goddess. A rectangular piece of cloth with a hole in the center for the neck, worn by pharaohs after conquering Syria, 1500 BC to 750 BC. Worn by women. Sheath or a tube dress with straps. 2 or 1 strap going over the shoulder. Mid-calf or ankle length. Starched and pleated. Nems, headwear initially made by leather and then by linen, worn by pharaoh and nobilities. Cat is also called as cloft, worn by commoners and nobilities, off-white in color. Servants and slaves did not wear nems or cat. Kohl, eyeliner made of galena or to keep away the insects, to keep away the evil eye, to prevent inflammation and allergy dust. Rouge, made of ochre eyeshadow, made of malachite, which is red and green in color. Henna, nail paint and coloring their hair.